My team has some intel about a man reportedly being considered for the top spot at the CIA. His name is Darrel Blocker, and some of you already know him because he grew up here in Augusta. What you probably did not know, he was a spy for the CIA.
And for years, he could not talk about it at all. Now that he's retired, he can shed a little light. Tonight, in an exclusive interview, he tells our I-Team's Meredith Anderson the president-elect could call on him to serve again.
What can you confirm about potential for a future position?
I can confirm that, along with others, I had a discussion with the transition team that covers the intelligence community.
That's as specific as Darrel Blocker can be right now. Even though it's not exactly a government secret, President-elect Joe Biden is considering him for CIA director or deputy director. It's
an honor to be in the discussion, and it would be an honor to take either one of those, but they're not anywhere close to somebody saying, getting the call from the White House. I don't think we're there.
Blocker grew up in Augusta, but he took my call more than 2,300 miles away. Still, LA is closer to home than he was for decades.
I've had 27 addresses in my 56 years. 22 of those as an adult.
He's lived from Asia to Europe to Africa, where he headed up the CIA's Africa division. He received a medal for his role in the aftermath of Black Hawk Down, made famous by a blockbuster movie. Speaking of Hollywood, you might have seen Hotel Rwanda. That was just a small window into the brutality and genocide Blocker witnessed.
Almost 1 million people died. For what? For almost nothing.
Blocker calls his time in Burundi the longest 3 months of his life.
The amount of hatred that was just in the air was palpable.
Blocker's work took him all over the globe, but he says he never forgot his Augusta roots. First planted at Windsor Spring Elementary, then at Glen Hills Junior High, as it was called, and then on to Butler.
Millicent Mazik, Mrs. Mazik, was the choral director at Butler High School.
She had such an impact on his life. Years later, Blocker tracked her down.
I don't know if you remember me. She's like, Darrel, stop. Of course I remember you. And I just wanted to thank her for everything that she had given me.
What do you want to say to those young people who could maybe see himself or herself in you?
Don't ever let anyone define who you are as an individual. And the parents might not want to hear this, but I'm talking about your parents as well. I'm not talking about defying your parents, but understanding who you are.
For Blocker, that meant taking a different path than he says his guidance counselor suggested. He followed his heart to UGA, then to the Air Force, and then to the CIA, where he broke racial barriers. When he retired in 2018, he was the most senior Black Directorate of Operations officer with a rank equivalent to a 3-star general.
I think being Black was actually a positive, being in other cultures, because it was always a conversation that you could have. There was always something going on in the world where maybe the position of being a Black man was at odds with what my government was doing or what my institution was doing.
He says he's always kept his focus on one thing: protecting our nation's interests and our nation.
All of our nation. No blue states or red states or Democrats or Republicans.
Perhaps he'll have another chance to serve, making Augusta's connection to the intelligence community even stronger. This September, Cyber Command completed its complete move to Fort Gordon. Now, the president-elect's transition team could move a man from Augusta to CIA headquarters in Virginia.
They'll make the decision, and hopefully it'll be the right one. And I'm not suggesting I would be the right one, but not to consider me, I think, would be a mistake.
Okay, no matter what happens next, Darrel Blocker has had quite a career. What a life.
Absolutely. So proud he's from Augusta, and also go Dogs to that. But Meredith will definitely keep us posted with any developments.
Yeah, that's a name that's locally, and we'll keep watching as this